All right, December 26th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas yesterday. It was back to a chilly weather pattern across the region, and we have plenty of cold air coming over the next 10 days or so as we go through the rest of December and into the first week of January. And I'll talk about those longer-term ideas here in just a little bit. Let's start off with a look at the Beach Mountain Parkway cam from our friends there at resortcams.com. Boy, it's cold up there, 11 degrees with a wind chill of 4. High atop Beach Mountain. Some really nice ski conditions back in place at all the ski resort areas. And it will be fantastic stuff. Just bundle up as we go through the next week to 10 days, but all kinds of fantastic skiing conditions. A lot of powder coming up there for the ski resort areas. All right, there's the Greensboro Tower camera just prior to 6 o'clock this morning. Temperature at the PTI Airport at 30 degrees. And we'll check the Charlotte Dowd YMCA camera. Well, if I can get there we go. There's the Charlotte Dowd YMCA camera here on this Tuesday morning. Temperature there at the Charlotte Douglas International Airport at 33. All right, these were your highs yesterday for Christmas across the Carolinas, some 50s and even low 60s closer to the South Carolina coast. A lot of 40s across North Carolina, 30s in the high country. It was 40s for the Triad viewing area Christmas afternoon, and then the Charlotte viewing area around freezing in Boone and Jefferson, 40s to around 50 across the rest of the viewing area. These are temperatures currently as I cut the video, again, just prior to 6 a.m. Chilly this morning. Look at the temperatures across the country. These are current actual air temperatures. This is not wind chill. It's 15 below zero in Bismarck, 7 below in Minneapolis, 1 below in Chicago. Brutally cold stuff, and plenty of cold air's coming as we go through the next week to 10 days. A few snow flurries earlier this morning in the foothills in the northwest Piedmont. That's pretty much gone now. Pretty quiet weather set up over the eastern part of the country for the time being. Kind of a partially sunny sky for us today in a lot of spots. Now notice the rain beginning to break out into Texas and Louisiana. That is the very beginnings of one of a couple of storm systems that will be lifting northeastward here in the next couple of days. But notice, here's Futurecast, and I'll show you the other modeling in just a second, but Futurecast keeping that rain suppressed to the south of a good chunk of North Carolina. But today, again, I'll call it a partly sunny sky, kind of a chilly weather day. There's your highs across the viewing area, across the region rather, this afternoon. Now we get out to Wednesday. I do think we start off the day with the potential for a little bit of freezing rain or sleet in the Sandhills region, maybe parts of northeastern South Carolina. I will show you that in more detail in just a second, but that will likely stay south of most of the Piedmont zones. There's your highs Wednesday. And then the next potential system, that one too, looking like it's going to stay pretty far suppressed to the south. But deep down into Georgia, I think the coastal plain of South Carolina and maybe southeastern North Carolina could again have a bout of some sleet or freezing rain with that one. But for the I-85 corridor, at least right now, looks like that's probably going to stay suppressed off to the south. Cold day Thursday. Now we get out to the New Year's weekend. The GFS continues to want to bring a system that produces some wintry precip in that Sunday, Monday time period. The Canadian has that system with some light wintry precip as well. European's cold and dry. There's the European setup there as we go through that time period. Everything's suppressed a little bit off to the south. So let me show you some of the more detailed modeling with all this. I'm going to start off with the deal over the next couple of days. Now there's the North American model, the NAM, the 6Z run. This is a little bit after sunrise there in the early morning hours Wednesday, tomorrow. So there you see eastern North Carolina, close to Raleigh, but probably a little south of there. But certainly in the Sandhills region could have a little bout of some sleet or freezing rain. And then same basic idea as we get into Thursday night and Friday morning. Georgia, South Carolina coast, and the Midlands, and then into southeastern North Carolina. Could have a brief bout of some relatively light wintry precipitation. All right, but let's get to New Year's weekend. First of all, well, actually, let me show you the Thursday system too. This is the European model for Thursday. You need this disturbance to stay separated from the northern branch to really amplify and bring significant precipitation further north of the Carolinas, and right now it's just not looking terribly likely that that will occur. GFS showing you that, again, this is Thursday evening. And then into Thursday night, everything's staying pretty far suppressed to the south. And although that's not a certainty yet, that's looking like the most likely scenario. All right, let's get into New Year's weekend. All right, so this is Sunday evening. 0Z run of the GFS. There's overnight Sunday night and a Monday morning. And then Monday morning, That precipitation continues to move through. The Canadian, which I think I stuck in here, yes, it's much the same. This is it's just a little slower, but it's the basic idea is the same there. This is Monday early afternoon, and then that is heading into Monday night. A brief shot of some wintry precip. Again, the European's cold and dry, but there's that potential system in that time frame. I still think there's another potential system maybe around the 4th or 5th of January, but that one too is very, very uncertain. One thing that is pretty certain is the cold air. These are 5,000-foot deviation from normal in terms of temperatures. This is valid Wednesday night off the European ensemble mean. We go out to Saturday night. That's cold. And even out of the 4th of January, actually the morning of the 5th, not nearly as cold, but you got to remember these are below average temperatures, and it's the coldest part of the year. So this is pretty cold stuff. But thereafter, there are signs the pattern relaxes. As we get maybe beyond the 5th or 6th of January, maybe a warmer pattern trying to build into the eastern part of the country as a trough tries to go in out west. We'll see. I'm not totally sold on the pattern change thereafter, but looking like a possibility around that point in time. Just to show you real quick, at the very end of the operational European run, this is the 4th of January, and that's that other potential system that some of the models have been trying to sniff out. So, again, you look longer range. This is the GFS ensemble mean. Temperatures for Charlotte. Notice temperatures in the longer range, 9th, 10th, 11th of January, getting back up to around average. Let's see, the European ensemble mean, much the same. Very, 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 very cold around the New Year, but the temperature's trying to moderate after that. Finally, the European ensemble mean snow charts, which again I know is a little tough to see with the scaling here, but still some members indicating some snow, but some of these numbers have been backing down over the last couple cycles. I know, look, it's a cold pattern. That's the first ingredient, and if we emerge out of the next 2 weeks without any wintry precip in a widespread fashion, a lot of disappointed snow fans. I get that. We'll see. This is the type of pattern where it just takes one little disturbance to move through, ripple through, and amplify, and everybody's much happier. But not a lot specifically that I'm overly excited about at this point. But a lot of stuff to watch. And I have a hunch something probably crops up at some point in this cold pattern, but we'll see. All right, that's it for the latest edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thanks for watching. Everybody stay warm. Have a great day, and God bless.